Hello, Maro. You are the
Hi,
Portuguese singer for this year's Eurovision Song Contest. How does it feel and how excited are
I'm super excited. I think it's gonna be a an honor and a pleasure to represent my country and with such a cool group of women that are gonna go and sing with me too.
you? Yeah, yeah. Did you listen to your competitors already or not yet?
I did. At this point, I know all the songs and everything. I'm excited to see them live.
Mm. And are you excited for the voting as well, for the voting part, who will be number one and not to qualify for the final? Does it interest you or don't you care? Just
I think at this point the best part of it is already gonna happen, which is to go with this group of people, including the production. They kind of became like my mamas, like my
Mhm.
family. And we're gonna go for 2 weeks to Turin and watch all this, like these amazing performances and kind of just get to experience the whole thing. So I think the voting is just kind of gonna be a kind of an
Thriller.
extra, yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
everything that is good is already good.
Yeah, yeah, I see. I've been really fascinated by watching the videos, I must say. They're really lovely made, so soulful, so tender and very authentic, I must say. You've been singing with other singers, a project called ITSA ME Maro calling. That's unbelievable how you would describe this project.
So it kind of came along when quarantine started and we couldn't really be together, play together, have shows, have rehearsals, and it was a bit of a way to keep being inspired and motivated, and get to play uh, with friends, even at a distance. And kind of the whole aesthetic thing and the sharing was also so that people that are bored at their houses could also enjoy the series somehow and kind of feel, I guess, a bit of company from it too.
Yeah.
So it started with that idea, and it ended up being a whole like 100 videos series that is kind of lives on YouTube now.
And I've even noticed Eric Clapton. You were singing with Eric Clapton. How was that? Unbelievable.
That was amazing. He came along because I did a 1 minute video on Instagram, and he ended up seeing through a producer that has been following me for a few years. And he liked it so much that he asked me to do a full version. And it was at
Mhm.
the time I was planning the series, so I ended up asking like, "Well, I'm doing this series. Would you want to do the full version with me?" And he said yes, which was amazing.
Is he nice? Is he a nice guy to work with?
He's awesome. He's absolutely awesome. Like even the fact that he was trying to adapt to the series and was worried that that he had done a good job for what I needed, instead
Mhm.
of kind of like, well, I don't know. It was just so uh the level of humility and generosity was actually pretty mind-blowing. Like I was really impressed.
Mm. You've been found by a very interesting person called Jacob Callier. He's a Grammy winner. Uh, Maybe you could tell us a story. How did you met you and yeah, how does it come?
I think he found my Instagram through a video I did at the time when I was in Berkeley, at Berkeley. And then mid 2018, he messaged me saying, he sometimes would go to LA and that we should meet whenever he was there. And that's exactly what happened. So like later in 2018, he messaged, we met up because he had some ideas of some songs or some stuff to try that ended up being, for example, Lua, the song we did for his album.
Mhm.
And then also we got along super well. So it ended up being like hours and hours of talking and realizing we think the same and we work the same. And he ended up asking me to be a part of his band and to go on tour with him, which I did. So that's how I spent my whole 2019, was touring as a band member. And it really was like, if not the best, one of the best chapters of my life.
Wow, yeah, that's really, really nice to watch. Really can recommend these videos. It's really nice music, and they all
Yeah.
seem to be so relaxed. That's really amazing. And you stayed in Los Angeles for a certain time and released 6 albums. That's crazy, isn't it? Six at a time. Or
Yeah, it was, I think it was just a way to kind of get a bit of the old songs I had written when I was younger, and kind of do a bit of a reorganization so that I could move on artistically. I feel like, because I felt when I finished Berklee in 2017 and I went to LA, like I moved to LA in 2018, I felt like, okay, this is my first career year. This is where I'm starting my career. This is the first year I'm like living off of music, you know?
mm,
And it was just a way to kind of consolidate everything that was behind, even when I didn't know I was gonna do music, and move on. And it was great actually. I think it was a great way to be motivated to do more and keep going forward. And also people got to see a bit of what was behind, no? So that's cool.
yeah, you really have a serious background studying at the Berklee College of Music in Boston, where a lot of singers attended the music education, but a lot of people will also are also being detected in the internet when they load up things like you did, and maybe, yeah, it's a new way nowadays
Yeah, a
to find
TikTok star.
people work together and so on. Yeah, and I've also read that you have Italian roots, maybe all
It's
a long
like
time.
my last name is Italian for
Yeah.
sure, but we don't. It's not like you know, it's not like, oh, my granddad was Italian and I still spoke and we still heard it in at home. It's not like that at all. It was, I think it was like my granddad's great granddad that was an Italian priest, but it's not so, you know, it's more like the name is Italian, but it's not a, we
Uh,
don't have like, you know, I don't have the direct roots anymore at all.
I thought you would return to Turin somehow. It's a good coincidence that the
Maybe
Portuguese
I need to find that out.
television wanted you as a participant in the national final in Portugal. How was your experience there? Did you like the show? Did you like to compete? The festival
Actually, it was
went
super
well.
cool. It was really cool because I got to watch how it works from the other side. So not, you know, for whoever watches on the TV.
Mm,
And it was, I think it was great to discover that, you know, it's a competition and I'm kind of against music, not against, it's a strong word, but you know, I'm not a fan of competition in
mm,
especially in arts.
yeah.
I don't know, especially in music, it's so subjective. It doesn't, there's not a better and a worse, I feel like. And and it was very surprising to see that actually the whole production of RTP, which is our Portuguese TV channel, is actually all about the music and collaboration, and like just they are more interested in showcasing new artists and new music to Portugal than to kind of like make it dramatic and intense, so that it sells more and has more audience, you know.
Mm.
And that was really special to watch. That was really like, wow, I actually really respect that. I it was really good to see that it's a good thing now. It's not, and it could be a bad thing, you know, but it's a good thing. It's good.
Mm. I think it's always interesting to see so many different music styles, different languages in the Eurovision Song Contest, and then especially in Portugal, the Portuguese music scene is not only fado. Last year, I was really impressed by the Black Mamba. They brought a really cool song. I liked it a lot,
Yeah.
and it shaped up quite well. But I think they could have shaped up better. But are you also in these traditional music genres? These more, because saudade is a very Portuguese word. That you can explain better than I. um,
What so that means? So that, yeah, it's like when you miss something or somebody, you have saudade. And it's a,
mm,
I feel like it is a word that Portuguese speaking people, so even in Brazil, for example, it's like they, so that is a big word because it represents such a pretty feeling also. It's not only on the dramatic side, but more on the like, wow, it's so pretty that you get to feel so that for somebody you like or something. But yeah, I mean, I don't think the song is that traditional anyways. I think it just kind of came out that way. But at the same time, I'm very into the traditional Portuguese music and fado and stuff, but more to hear. I don't really do it or sing it. But it's really special. We have good music.
But in the lyrics, you say, I lost my best friend. So it's really something. Is it an authentic story, or is it?
It is. My granddad left us in end of 2020, and he was really, without a doubt, my kind of my like rock and my reference and my best friend, and the reason why I kind of did everything the way I did. And so it was a loss that it was my first big loss, I think, of like I've lost people that I truly cared for and loved, but the first one that feels like a part of me is gone and is actually gone forever. I still feel that way, and so the song kind of came about that because it has been such a present feeling, and so that is exactly, it's like in the end, like, how the chorus says, nothing more that I can say says it in a better way. It's exactly that. It's like I could say it in a million different ways, but really, like, the word is saudade. Like that's the best word for it.
I was also impressed by your acoustic version of Saudade in Alvarinha in Spain.
Avignon.
Can we expect something like this from your stage presentation in Turin? Or?
No, because there are rules. There are rules. We can't play instruments. It's kind of playback, and the whole vibe, the magical vibe of that version is that we are playing live. There's no it's not something pre-recorded and on time, and there's like a swing of playing it live that unfortunately we can't do it at the Eurovision for the rules, and also we can only be 6 on stage. And so I kind of decided to keep it as a, we're just going to be the choir of women, but hopefully it still passes the message somehow.
Are you going to sit on the piano, or
it's kind of like the Portuguese version, but I guess that's the only thing I can say. But we're not gonna have instruments, no.
Okay, yeah, interesting. So beautiful song, I must say. Also beautiful singer, and I think.
Thank you.
I think that's what makes Eurovision so interesting, to see people from all the different countries coming together and enjoy this European atmosphere, the international atmosphere. So I really cross my fingers for you, that you enjoy your time and that you make new friends and talk to interesting people. I think that's what it's all about. Do you have some last words for our viewers?
Maybe just thank you for watching and for listening, and hopefully if you like the song and you want to support it, then just thank you.
Obrigado.
Obrigada.
And thank you for talking to us, Maro. Good luck.
Thank you.